Dear friends, today I'm going to talk about Florence Nightingale. I think most of you know about her, about Florence Nightingale. I'm going to share a few thoughts from a book called Florence Nightingale. And this is the book I have read, and it's her biography. I just want to share how she has known the Lord and how she felt God's call and his mission and how she had completed her God's will. So Florence Nightingale was born in a city called Florence in Italy. Her parents went on a trip to Italy. There she was born. Actually, her parents are English people. They are from United Kingdom, and she was born into an aristocratic family, very rich family, and uh, her father owned lots of property and lands, etc. So then they came back to their own country and with Florence Nightingale, and she was born in Italy but brought up in England. As she was growing, and she felt that she was special and God created her with a unique purpose. She was good at studies and her father used to guide her. She was more interested in history, literature, philosophy, and mathematics. Almost all she had mastered all these subjects. And as a teenager, she used to read Bible and pray. Especially John's Gospel she was fond of. She used to read. And she used to say with her friends, for every problem of humanity, there is an answer from the Bible. And she used to quote verses from Bible also, especially John's Gospel. Then as uh, as her parents belonged to a high class society, and they used to have dinners and parties, but none of them had satisfied her. Neither English breakfast nor English dinner. And along with those parties and dinners and costly dresses, their parents used to take her to different countries. First, they went to Egypt, then they came back and they went to Europe, Germany, France, then later on Italy. But her heart was somewhere else. These things have not satisfied her. And when the topic of marriage broached, she used to say God has earmarked some people to be single. And she used to gently turn down the marriage proposals. Meanwhile, she had taken a nursing course at a hospital, at a doctor, and parents were not happy because she was going to become a nurse, because they don't like anything else, and moreover nursing profession was not so popular in those days, and they used to look down upon it. And but still she went ahead and finished her nursing training course and as well as practical training. And it so happened in 1853 there broke out a war between Russia and allied powers called United Kingdom, France, and Ottoman Empire. So she felt it's the right time for her to go and help soldiers. As a nurse, she went there. This war was raging at Eastern European region near Black Sea, called an area called Crimea. Therefore, it is known as Crimean War. So, as soldiers were wounded and as they were brought into wards and corridors, she used to she used to clean their wounds and dress their wounds and give them medicines. So even even there were sometimes even on field, on the battlefield also, she had gone and cared for soldiers and took care of them and gave them medicine and bound their wounds, binding their wounds, dressing them up, and so on. And even off the field also she did. On seeing her, some more nurses have joined her and gave her a helping hand. That's how she used to. That's how she served soldiers, and it was a great service that she did. She felt God wanted her to do this ministry, serving soldiers. There was an American poet called Henry. What's his name? One sec. Henry Worth wrote a poem on her because he was so greatly impressed about her service. He wrote a poem, and poem goes like this: Lo, in that hour of misery, a lady with a lamp I see pass through the glimmering gloom and flit from room to room, and slow as in a dream of bliss, the speechless sufferer turned to kiss her shadow as it falls upon the darkening walls. So soldiers, he imagined that soldiers were waiting for her because she was known as a lady with a lamp. So her lamp was only a beacon of hope for a suffering soldier and a beacon of light. And she used to go room to room. And hours together she used to spend caring for wounded soldiers and encouraging them and giving them medicines, comforting them. That's how she served. Once war is over, she went back to her country. There she opened some nursing school and even nursing college. And she trained some nurses, not only nurses, even midwives also. She used to teach them about personal hygiene and environmental hygiene, and even corporate hygiene. And she used to tell that a patient room should have a proper ventilation also. That's how she had obeyed God's call, and she has done God's will in her life. So that's what I read about her in her biography called Florence Nightingale, the lady with the lamp. So what do we see in her biography, in her life, in her life, that she had obeyed the Lord, and she felt God was calling her to become a nurse. And now All over the world, she is known as a lady with a lamp, and she is a role model for nursing profession. I don't think any training center goes without mentioning her name in hospitals and nursing schools, etc. Thank you very much.